Have you ever caught someone looking at you a little too long? Like they were lost in a daydream, writing a story in their mind, where you're the main character? What if I told you that someone you know right now might be secretly consumed with thoughts of you? Not just once or twice, but constantly, they're fantasizing about conversations you haven't had yet, moments that never happened, and possibilities they wish could come true, but how would you know? Because people rarely admit when their mind is drowning in desire, they hide it. They play it cool, but psychology, it always leaves clues. Welcome to Best Psycho Facts, the channel where the hidden truths of the mind come alive today. We're unlocking something deeply emotional and strangely thrilling. 6 signs someone can't stop fantasizing about you. Each of these signs is grounded in real-life psychology fueled by subtle behaviors. And if you recognize even a few, you just might be living rentry in someone's heart and imagination. Let's dive in, though. Sign number 1, they mirror you without realizing it. The subconscious link, one of the clearest and most scientifically backed signs that someone is mentally consumed by you, is mirroring, not the obvious kind. Not the kind where they repeat your words like a parrot, but the unconscious mimicry, the kind that reveals a deep psychological connection. According to a study from the University of California, people who are emotionally or romantically attracted to someone will often subconsciously imitate that person's gestures, posture, and speech rhythm. So if you notice they cross their arms, when you do lean in, when you lean, or even begin using words and phrases, you often say, it's not random, it's not coincidence, it's their subconscious showing they're in sync with you. Because in their mind, you're the center of their fantasy world. They're not just noticing you. They're mentally becoming closer to you. And that closeness, it starts long before they say a single word. But if you think mirroring is subtle, wait until you see what they do. When you're not around, though, sign number 2. You remember the smallest details, micro-memories that matter. Ever mention your favorite childhood snack in passing? And a week later, they surprise you with it, or say you like a certain type of music. And suddenly it's on their playlist. People who fantasize about you don't just listen. They collect information about you. Tiny pieces, because in their mind they're building a world where they understand you better than anyone else. This behavior has deep roots in selective attention theory, a cognitive bias where the brain gives a priority to emotionally charged information. When someone's thoughts are saturated with you, their brain becomes like a sponge for anything related to you. Even things you forget. You said they remember why, because they're replaying your words in their mind, filling in blanks, constructing a version of you. They can visit in thought again and again, and the craziest part, they often don't realize they're doing it. They're not trying to impress you, they're just living inside their fantasy of you. But what happens when this obsession spills into physical space? Let's find out in the next clue. Sign number 3, they find excuses to be near you, the magnetic pull you. They walk into a room and somehow they always end up next to you at work. At a party in class, it's like gravity pulls them toward you, but it's never obvious, it's always justified. They'll say things like, "Oh, I didn't realize you'd be here too. I was just passing by." But here's the truth, when someone is constantly fantasizing about you, they don't just crave your presence, they create situations to be in your orbit. Psychologists call this proximity-seeking behavior. It's often subconscious when someone is emotionally attached or infatuated. They instinctively try to place themselves closer to the person they desire, even without a solid reason. It's not just physical closeness, they want to hear your voice, observe your mood, and soak in your energy. They're building mental snapshots to take with them, later fuel for their imagination. They may not confess what they feel, but their presence speaks louder than words. And if you notice this pull often, it's no coincidence, it's quiet obsession. But what if they're dreaming about you so much, it starts showing in their body language without them even realizing it? That's when things get even more music. Obvious sign number 4, their body language betrays their imagination. Eyes, lips, and hidden tension words lie. But the body whispers the truth. If someone can't stop fantasizing about you, it leaks out in their nonverbal cues. Let's talk about a few subtle but powerful signs lingering eye contact. Not just looking, but pausing. Their gaze hangs on your lips a little too long. Their eyes scan your face like they're memorizing it. According to research published in the Journal of Research and Personality, prolonged eye contact is often a nonverbal sign of emotional and sexual interest, touching their own lips or neck. This is a subconscious display of vulnerability and attraction. These are sensitive areas, and touching them often indicates heightened emotional arousal. Directional body language, they may angle their body toward you. Even if they're not speaking to you directly, legs, feet, and shoulders aligned with your direction are cues that you're mentally and physically magnetic to them. Micro expressions of nervousness or anticipation, fidgeting, adjusting clothes, smoothing hair. These subtle behaviors aren't vanity. They're preparation. They want to look their best in front of you. Even if they're not fully aware of why body language is the language of hidden desire. And when the mind is constantly fantasizing about someone, the body follows with or without permission. But sometimes the deepest sign isn't found in presence or posture. It's found in absence and silence, in the spaces they create when they pull away on purpose. Why, let's explore that mystery. Next sign, number 5. Ooh, they pull away. Suddenly the fantasy fear responds. So one moment, they're warm, engaged, even flirtatious. The next, they go cold, distant, almost like they're avoiding you, and you're left wondering, did I do something wrong? But what if I told you, this sudden shift isn't rejection. It's resistance to fantasy. When someone's thoughts about you become so intense, so constant, they reach a psychological breaking point. The line between what's real and imagined becomes blurred, and that scares them. They fear you'll notice their obsession. They fear they're too obvious or worse. They fear that the fantasy will never match the reality. This push-pull behavior is backed by what psychologists call approach avoidance conflict. It's a mental tug-of-war between desire and fear. Desire says, get closer, let them in. Fear says, protect yourself, this is too much. So they pull away, disappear for a few days, act like nothing's wrong. But deep inside, they're battling the intensity of their thoughts, trying to cool a fire that's burning way too hot. And when they come back, they act like nothing happened, but their eyes, they say everything, and that brings us to the final sign. The one they try hardest to hide, the one that slips out when they least expect it. In moments of jealousy, sign number 6. They get jealous over people. You barely notice the possession fantasy. You're talking to someone else, laughing, smiling. It's innocent, but suddenly their mood shifts, they go quiet. Or they drop a subtle comment. Oh, you and him seem to get along. That's fantasy-fueled jealousy. Even if you're not theirs, even if there's no relationship in their mind. They've already imagined one. They've played it out. Your first conversation, your first date, even your first fight. And when reality threatens that fantasy by introducing someone else, they react emotionally even if they try to hide it. Jealousy in this case is a direct symptom of what psychologists call imagined emotional investment. It's when someone invests so many thoughts, hopes, and what-ifs into you that they feel entitled to emotional reactions even without a real relationship. It's not about control, it's about involvement. You exist so deeply in their mind that the idea of someone else interfering feels personal. And here's the twist, they might not even admit it to themselves, but their tone, their eyes, their subtle digs all tell the truth. They're not just thinking about you, they're fantasizing about being the only one who gets to. So let's recap. They mirror you without realizing. They remember the tiniest details. They find reasons to always be near. Their body language betrays them. They pull away to protect the fantasy, and they get jealous over people. You don't even notice. Each sign alone could be random. But when you see several, you're not just a passing thought to them. You're a private universe, a mental escape, a name. They whisper in the silent corners of their mind, and whether they ever admit it or not, you've taken up residence in their imagination. The question is, what are you going to do with that power? Though if you recognize these signs in someone you know, or if this video unlocked a mystery you've been feeling deep down, don't keep it to yourself. hit that like button. If this spoke to you, drop a comment below. Have you ever had someone fantasize about you like this? Or maybe have you been the one doing the fantasizing? And of course, subscribe to Best Psycho Facts for more mind-bending truths about love psychology and the secret behaviors people don't talk about. But always feel there's so much more we're going to uncover together, though. With that said, thanks for watching. And until next time.